Okay, we're live. And happy Monday, everybody. I am the American Werewolf. It looks like the Salem's Lot remake is being delayed. Now, personally, I think it's just going to quietly be shelved, or it'll quietly be released on the streaming. It'll probably go the way of the Firestarter remake, that sort of thing. But I saw Catherine Hargrave over at Twitter posted this article, and so I decided to follow up with it. And it says, this is from Cinema Blend, Stephen King's Salem's Lot has been delayed. Sorry about this. I'm a little congested. I think maybe too much air conditioning. Let's break down what's happened. And this is from yesterday by Ryan Labie. Many King fans are worried the movie has been canceled. I wasn't expecting much from this movie anyway. And I've heard absolutely nothing about it. This is the first I've heard about it in over a month. And so, yeah, here we are. If you visited your local bookstore on August 2nd, 2022, and wandered into the horror section, you would have come across a gleaming new movie tie-in edition of Salem's Lot, specifically tailored for the upcoming horror movie. The cover, adorned with a captivating glimpse into Stephen King's latest big-screen adaptation, would have beckoned you with its chilling allure. Against the backdrop of deep blue fog, and that's what I've used in the thumbnail, the Salem's Lot cast stood transfixed before the foreboding Marston House, setting the stage for an eerie cinematic rendition of a tale that has graced the small screen twice before in the form of TV miniseries, but never on the silver screen. You should make mention that, even Tobe Hooper's Salem's Lot was 3 hours long, left out a lot. Probably the same with the Rob Lowe edition. It left out a lot. So I don't know how they were going to squeeze this all into some 90-minute or 2-hour movie. I think this is all working out for the best. Emblazoned at the top of the book were those fateful words that now sends shivers down my spine. Okay, this guy is landing on a little thick now, major motion picture. Fast forward to June 2023. After multiple delays, and a scarcity of updates since the end of last year, the question lingers, what exactly is happening with Warner Brothers' oft-delayed Salem's Lot? Billions of dollars Warner Brothers is in debt for. I don't see them coming out with a huge marketing push for this or any marketing push for this at all. I think they're just going to quietly, let it die. It's time to delve deep and dissect the twists and turns that have befallen this much-anticipated project. Stephen King's Salem's Lot, a 1975 horror novel and his second published work, tells the story of writer Ben Mears, who returns to his early childhood town only to discover the residents turning into vampires. The novel received nominations for the World Fantasy Award and the Locus Award. King has expressed his fondness for the story, considering it his favorite. It's in my top three. Dracula and then Let the Right One In are the top two. The story of a small town facing a big threat has previously been adapted into a two-part miniseries in 1979 and an underrated television miniseries in 2004. On April 23rd, 2019, James Wan and Gary Dauberman announced their collaboration to bring Salem's Lot to cinemas. Dauberman will serve as the scriptwriter and executive producer, joined by Wan, Roy Lee, and Mark Welper as producers. While no director was attached when the film was announced in 2020 of April, in April 2020, the Annabelle Comes Home filmmaker was officially named the director. That's probably not a good sign. In August 2021, Louis Pullman, son of Bill Pullman, was cast as the lead. Ben Mears, the assist, I don't know who these people are, star Mackenzie Lee, joined the cast as Susan Norton, Ben's love interest, alongside Bill Camp and Spencer Treat Clark. I have no idea who any of these people are. Pilu Asbeek, known for his role in Game of Thrones, joined the production, rounding out the stacked cast as Richard Straker. Okay, previously played by James Mason, who I thought was not really replaceable. And then later by Donald Sutherland in the TNT miniseries. The Vampire Barlow's Familiar. Production began in September 2021, documented by Pulu Azabek on Instagram, which you can view below. Production on the film passed mostly without any major news, wrapping production in November of 2021. According to the studio and report by Deadline, a few COVID-related delays caused the film to move dates to accommodate the additional photography during the summer of 2022. Reshoots are not uncommon for big-budget films, so a new release date wasn't initially a cause for concern. You can see one of the stars, Mackenzie Lee's production wrap photo, which he posted on Instagram below. Okay, I still don't know who that is. And she just says it's a wrap. Footage of the classic vampire tale was previewed in April of last year at CinemaCon, which we still haven't seen. Haven't even gotten so much as a trailer, not a teaser, not nothing. I think this is just going away. The first look was allegedly eerie, effective, and very well received. I didn't hear that. Okay. Entertainment reporter Jeff Schneider, who was in attendance, wrote on Twitter that the trailer was reminiscent of the original Conjuring movie's first trailer. He wrote, Salem's Lot does indeed look like a smart theatrical play and closes with a killer trailer moment similar to that first Conjuring trailer that helped make that movie such a hit. Just swapping Bill Camp for Lily Taylor. I don't know. Lily Taylor, she's a difficult one to replace. In July 2022, the film faced its first delay with its original post-Labor Day 2022 release, changing to April 21st of this year. Merely a few months later, that date would be lost too, with another WB horror flick, Evil Dead Rise, would fill the opening, and that was a fantastic film. I still have to get that on Blu-ray. Then the flick was eventually wholly removed from Warner Brothers' 2023 movie release schedule. Okay, so it's completely off the calendar. This disappointment came soon after the studio announced plans to scrap projects like Batgirl and Scoob 2. Okay, so yeah, this is what I'm saying. The decision not to release Batgirl was attributed to a strategic shift concerning the DC Universe and HBO Max. According to a statement from a studio representative, the decision only fueled speculation about Salem's Lot's fate. That's a shame because I know somebody who actually got kind of their big break in the Batgirl movie. And then the film got shelved. That kind of sucks. Alleged film previews took place on September 9th, 2022, with social media posts and online reviews like this YouTube video from Record Movies with over 12K views, surfacing from those allegedly in attendance claiming mild disappointment with the movie. I could see that for all the reasons I've already talked about. On November 16, 2022, Salem's Lot received an official R rating from the MPAA for bloody violence and language, indicating the movie was officially finished and in the can. Additionally, the movie's runtime was subsequently revealed, but no further updates have been provided since the end of the movie, and I think it was under 2 hours. So, I mean, they must be leaving huge chunks of the story out. Will the vampires of Salem's Lot ever see the light of day? I'm saying no. No, it's not going to happen. Horror enthusiasts fear Salem's Lot may never be released, joining the ranks of infamous permanently shelved films like Jerry Lewis's The Day the Clown Cried or Empires of the Deep, a Chinese Avatar clone. While Warner Brothers has made curious decisions under David Zaslav's leadership, I believe the studio's actions indicate that Salem's Lot will eventually see the light of day. Reports and rumors of bad test screenings have led some to speculate that the studio is dissatisfied with the film's quality and plan to shelve it indefinitely. However, I don't see this happening. Okay, now here's something about that. I mean, if they're dissatisfied, then how are you going to fix? You can't fix that now because we've got an actor strike and we've got a writer strike. So, I mean, it's on the shelf by definition if they're not ready to release it right now. There has been a long history of King adaptations because they are lucrative, even if they don't reach the ranks of the best horror movies of all time. Yeah, because horror fans, the horror community will consume anything. They will consume anything. It's a sad but true reality. While box office hits like Misery and It Chapters 1 and 2 receive critical acclaim, there are also less successful ones like Cell. This 2016 adaptation of King's novel, directed by Todd Williams and starring John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson, faced production troubles and spent over 2 years in limbo before finding distribution. Despite being crushed critically and receiving a limited theatrical release in just 15 markets with minimal promotion, the film grossed over $1 million. So I guess you adjust that for inflation because, okay. It also generated more than $2 million in video sales. Movies based on Stephen King books, even imperfect ones, tend to lean towards being financially successful, again, because horror fans will consume anything. That's why I find it unlikely that Warner Brothers would bury the IP based solely on a few negative test screenings if they indeed occurred. Again, at one point earlier this year, Warner Brothers was $50 billion in the hole. 2006 is a completely different time. You're in the height of the Harry Potter. You're in the height of Harry Potter. You're at the height of Nolan's trilogy. You're just coming off of Lord of the Rings. Warner Brothers on top of the world. So shelving a couple of movies, or throwing a couple of bucks at another movie that might make a couple of bucks, probably didn't seem like such a risky call. Now this is 15 years later or more, and we're looking at billions of dollars of billions of dollars of debt. I understand they've been able to pay some of that off recently, but yeah, it's not the same time. I don't think this guy has taken that into consideration. Timing is crucial for theatrical releases, and WB Discovery, it's not going to be this year because they've already determined, I guess The Exorcist is going to be the big release for Halloween. And WB Discovery is likely strategizing to find the optimal date for Salem's Lot. I disagree with this article. I don't think this is going to be released at all. And I think if it does, especially what we're seeing with the unfortunate box office numbers from The Last Voyage of the Demeter, this sounds even worse. And I like the Demeter. I saw the Demeter. I put my review is up on my channel. I saw it on Friday and put a same-day spoiler-free review out. I think people should go to see it. I thought it was a really good vampire film. But yeah, I don't see how this is going to be better than that. The theatrical season, the Halloween season is a logical choice for the horror genre, but a fall theatrical release seems less and less likely as we're only 3 months away from the post-Labor Day weekend, and there has been no promotion for the movie. Considering WB's potential reservations about the film, fall streaming release on Max could be a smart move to leverage the spooky season, so they could drop it to Max. Okay. We're witnessing the success of streaming horror movies such as Hulu's Prey. I thought Prey sucked, but, again, people will consume anything. And the Hellraiser reboot, which I actually liked. I liked that reboot, which performed remarkably well last year with a similar release date. The Clive Barker property reboot also generated considerable hype, despite dropping its official trailer just 15 days before release. I enjoyed that movie. If I were a company hesitant to invest in promoting a film I had reservations about, this streaming route would be a favorable choice. So maybe that's the way. Regardless of the release date, it's likely that Salem's Lot will reach King fans sooner or later. Okay, well, there's a safe bet. However, since WB Discovery has shown a focus on theatrical releases, it's possible the movie might not find its way to audiences until next year or later, once a good theatrical window presents itself. Still, with the involvement of talented individuals and the power of the established brand, it would be absurd for WB Discovery to let this project languish on the shelf, gathering dust like some old haunted house. I guess for now, I'll have to be content with revising my worn-out VHS copy of director Tobe Hooper's version of the material and pondering these other upcoming King movies and TV releases. Well, my suggestion there is to go buy a Blu-ray player or a DVD player and go out and get yourself an up-to-date copy of the good shit. This is 3 hours, like I said, and they leave a ton of King material out. I don't see how they're going to make a good movie congesting all of that into 2 hours. I think that was the runtime, maybe even less. I don't even think it broke 2 hours. So I'm not holding my breath. I'm not betting my grandmother on any of this, and I think that's for the best because I'm just tired of crap movies dropping. Tired of it. And so, yeah, that's my take. I really don't have a dog in this hunt. I don't even know if I would go to see this. Spend $15 for a movie that I know I'm like 90% sure I'm not going to enjoy. I think if you drop it on Max for Halloween, that would work out fine. I think Max is like the only streaming service in the last quarter earnings report that actually showed a profit. Other people were losing, like Netflix. I think Disney lost $400 million. Netflix lost a couple of $100 million, and WB Discovery, Max, They were up like 50 million. So that's something. So, maybe this is a way just to cut a few costs and, just quietly drop it. And, that'll shut, shitty horror fans up, and, we can just move on from there. Okay, that's my video. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. One-word comment is fine. Do you think they're going to drop it? If you do, where are they going to drop it and when? If not, let me know that. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Hasta luego.